Welcome back to the Library of Living Stories. Welcome back to Anything You Want. You are here because you understand that the true history of cinema is not written in scripts or captured in box office numbers, but in the quiet, thunderous moments that happen between the stars themselves. You have joined our community because you refuse to accept the superficial gloss of the red carpet. You demand to feel the heartbeat beneath the couture. Today, we are traveling to the shimmering lights of Riyadh, to a night that began as a professional celebration but ended as a spiritual awakening for one of Turkey's most enigmatic leading men. We are dissecting the gaze, the confession, and the silent promise that Onur Tuna made to Simay Barlas, a promise that has reshaped the landscape of celebrity romance. Before we step into this golden hour of love, please, solidify your place in our inner circle. Press the subscribe button, ignite the like button to help us conquer the algorithm, and if you truly wish to support high-caliber, independent storytelling, our join button is your gateway to exclusive content. Your support is the fuel that keeps our passion burning. Today, we witness a man surrendering to his destiny. Let us begin. To understand the magnitude of the confession that has since shaken the foundations of the gossip press, we must first set the stage. The gala in Riyadh was not merely another date on the elite social calendar, it was a convergence of culture, luxury, and high-stakes visibility. The air was thick with the scent of oud and the electric hum of anticipation. In this arena of high performance, where every smile is often calculated and every pose rehearsed, Simay Barlas arrived not just as a guest, but as a revelation. Her entrance was described by witnesses as a moment where time seemed to suspend its forward march. Clad in an ensemble that balanced regal bearing with ethereal grace, she did not walk the carpet, she floated above it. Her elegance was almost hypnotic, a physical manifestation of her rising star power. As she took to the stage to accept her award, the room, filled with dignitaries, fellow artists, and the titans of the industry, fell into a reverent silence. It was a triumph of poise. Yet, while the photographers frantically adjusted their lenses to capture the geometry of her gown and the radiance of her smile, the true story was unfolding in the shadows of the spotlight. The narrative was not being written on the stage, but in the audience, specifically in the eyes of Onur Tuna. Those who were seated near the couple report a phenomenon that no camera could fully capture. Onur Tuna's gaze upon Simay was not the look of a supportive boyfriend performing his duty. It was the look of a man witnessing a miracle. It was a gaze stripped of ego, stripped of the actor's mask, revealing a raw, unadulterated devotion. He observed her every gesture, the way her hand smoothed the fabric of her dress, the tremble in her voice as she thanked her peers, the humble dip of her chin, with a mixture of profound pride and an emotion that seemed to overflow the vessel of his soul. In that moment, amidst the applause and the flashbulbs, Onur Tuna seemed to disappear as a celebrity and reappear as a devotee. He was not looking at a co-star or a partner, he was looking at his future. The intensity of his focus suggested that he was seeing something the rest of the world could only glimpse, the totality of her spirit, the weight of her journey, and the brilliance of her character. It was this silent vigil that laid the groundwork for the verbal explosion that would follow days later. The real earthquake, however, did not occur in Riyadh. It struck days later, when the adrenaline of the ceremony had faded and the couple had returned to the routine of their lives. At a subsequent event, surrounded by a forest of microphones and the eager faces of the press, Onur Tuna made a decision that defied the standard protocols of privacy. He decided to let his guard down. When a reporter asked the inevitable, perhaps cliché question, "What did you think when you saw Ms. Simay that night?" Onur's expression shifted. The practiced smile of the celebrity vanished, replaced by a solemn, introspective gravity. He paused. It was a brief silence, but in that gap, one could almost see him reliving the memory of the gala, transporting himself back to the foot of the stage. When he finally spoke, his voice dropped to a register that was intimate, almost sacred. That night, he declared, I realized I couldn't let Simay go. This sentence, imbued with exquisite vulnerability, instantly became the undisputed headline of the day, eclipsing every other piece of gossip in the entertainment world. It was not a soundbite, it was a vow. To say I couldn't let her go is to admit a dependency, a fear of loss, and a realization of value that goes far beyond simple attraction. It was the confession of a man who had looked into the abyss of a life without her and decided he could never walk that path. I have to pause here and ask you, the romantics of Anything You Want, do you believe there is a specific moment in every great love story where one realizes there is no turning back? Have you ever had a moment where you looked at someone and thought, I cannot lose this? I am fascinated to hear your stories of realization in the comments below. And remember, hitting that join button helps us keep analyzing these profound human moments. Tuna did not stop at the romantic declaration. He proceeded to dismantle the superficiality often associated with celebrity relationships. He went on to explain that what struck him about Simay Barlas that night wasn't just her undeniable physical beauty, which the world can see, but her outlook on life, her dedication, and her iron discipline. The famous actor, without concealing an ounce of his admiration, emphasized that Simay's success is not a matter of chance or luck. It is the result of tireless work, sleepless nights, and a sincerity she brings to every script she touches. His poignant statement, at that moment, I felt an overwhelming need to be by her side again, revealed the profound depth of their connection. He was drawn not just to her light, but to the fire that fuels it. He spoke of professional admiration and respect, elevating their bond from a mere romance to a partnership of equals. He recognized her not as a trophy to be displayed, but as a force to be reckoned with, and his desire was to stand beside that force, supporting it, protecting it, and witnessing it. The public confession was powerful, but the details that have since emerged from behind the scenes are perhaps even more touching. It is said that minutes before the ceremony in Riyadh began, when the nerves were at their peak, Onur was Simay's pillar of support. He was the calm in the center of the storm. Witnesses claim that just before she went out to face the world, he firmly took her hand, looked her in the eyes to ground her, and whispered, "You deserve this more than anyone." This small but monumental detail reveals the architecture of their relationship. It is built on a solid foundation of friendship and unconditional mutual support. But what happened after Simay received the award seems straight out of a romantic movie script. According to those privileged enough to be backstage, Onur was the first to greet her as she stepped off the stage, holding her trophy. His eyes were reportedly glistening with unshed tears. It is said that Tuna embraced his girlfriend tightly, a desperate, joyous hug as if wanting to merge with her in that moment of glory. He repeated over and over, "I'm so proud of you." Although the cameras didn't capture these raw moments of intimacy, the accounts reveal the emotional intensity that defined the evening. We are weaving together the threads of a modern epic today. If you are enjoying this narrative journey through love and fame, please take a second to like this video. It tells us that you value depth over drama. And for those who want to help us keep the lights on and the stories flowing, our Super Thanks feature is always open. In the world of gossip, a confession of this magnitude is never without consequence. It always carries with it the shadow of rumors about the future. Onur Tuna's clear and emotional declaration has been interpreted by many analysts and fans alike as an unmistakable sign that the couple is preparing to take much more serious steps in their relationship. His emphasis on the phrase, "I can't give her up," clearly suggests that this love isn't a passing whim or a seasonal fling. It sounds like a lifelong commitment. Sources close to the couple say that since that magical night in Riyadh, Onur and Simay have made a conscious, deliberate effort to spend more quality time together. They are shielding their relationship from the corrosive demands of their busy work schedules, creating a sanctuary where they can simply be. The chemistry between them, visible in every photo shared on social media and every stolen glance, has only grown stronger. Fans have interpreted Onur's open devotion as a prelude to a proposal, and the idea of a future wedding is circulating more strongly than ever. For now, the couple maintains a prudent silence about their specific plans. There are no dates on the calendar, no official announcements from publicists. But Onur's actions and his public vulnerability speak louder than any official statement ever could. Riyadh witnessed an award, yes. Simay Barlas took home a trophy that night. But the true prize of the evening was the rediscovery of love between two souls who seemed destined to be together. Onur Tuna looked at Simay Barlas and saw his entire world. And in telling us that he couldn't let her go, he told us everything we needed to know about the future. This is no longer just a relationship, it is a destiny. And that, my friends, is the story of the night a gaze turned into a promise. We have walked through the glamour of Riyadh, the tension of the backstage, and the beauty of a man admitting he is in love. Now, the conversation turns to you. Do you think a wedding announcement is imminent? And what did you feel when you heard Onur's confession? Let us know your thoughts and theories in the comments below. Do not forget to subscribe to Anything You Want and ring that bell. We are your home for the truth behind the glamour. Join the family if you can, and until next time, hold on tight to the ones you can't let go. Goodbye.